You've seen the headlines, haven't you? AI is coming for your job. For many people, that's not just a clickbait title, it's a reality starting to take shape. But what the sensational stories don't tell you is that there's something AI chatbots truly fear: the cold, hard economic reality of replacing you. Now, this isn't about conscious machines plotting in the dark, it's about measurable shifts in the market. In this video, we're going to look past the hype to see which specific jobs are statistically most vulnerable and, more importantly, why the very economics of AI are making certain human skills more valuable than ever. This isn't science fiction. This is economics. First, let's get one thing straight. AI chatbots don't fear anything. They don't have feelings or wants or a primal urge to keep themselves going. An AI is a tool, a massively complex mathematical model built to do one thing: execute tasks with maximum efficiency. So the fear we're talking about, it's entirely a human projection. It's the anxiety we feel when we look at a tool that can replicate some of our own cognitive skills. It's just psychologically easier to blame a rogue machine than it is to confront the real driver of this change: corporate decisions based on cost reduction. Companies don't say, let's hire an AI because it's a real go-getter. They say, this software can handle the work of 3 employees for a fraction of the price. The displacement of human work isn't some malicious plot by the AI, it's a direct consequence of its own efficiency. So when we say AI fears jobs, what we're really digging into are the hidden economic forces and uncomfortable truths about which roles are being automated first. The fear isn't in the machine, it's in the data. And the data is telling a very clear story, especially for one specific group of people. The roles being reshaped by AI first all follow a clear pattern. They are jobs built on structured, repeatable cognitive tasks. If your work involves following a set of rules or analyzing predictable data, you are on the front lines of this disruption. Let's break down the 3 areas where the impact is most visible right now. Number 1, administrative and customer service roles. Jobs like data entry clerks, receptionists, and many call center agents are facing extreme exposure. Why? Because their core tasks are often rule-based and repetitive. An AI can schedule appointments, process invoices, and handle basic customer questions 24/7 without getting tired or needing a coffee break. While some aggressive projections foresee huge cuts, the reality is more nuanced. Human agents are still needed, but their role is changing to handle only the most complex, emotional, or high-value interactions. The routine work is starting to vanish. Number 2, content and creative services. This is the one that shocked a lot of people. Jobs like copywriting, translation, and even some types of journalism are being heavily impacted. Generative AI can produce marketing copy, translate documents, and draft articles faster than any human. Instead of hiring a junior copywriter to create 10 versions of an ad, a marketing manager can now generate 50 in seconds and hire a human editor to polish the best one. The work isn't entirely gone, but the volume of entry-level creation tasks is shrinking fast. Number 3, and this is the big one: entry-level professional jobs. This is where the economic disruption becomes what some tech leaders have called unusually painful. For example, Anthropic CEO Dario Amodei has delivered stark warnings that a huge number of entry-level white-collar jobs could be impacted in fields like law, finance, and tech. This isn't just a prediction. The evidence is starting to show up in the data. While research is still in its early days, some recent studies have been called the canaries in the coal mine for the labor market. This emerging research has found that since the widespread adoption of generative AI, there has been a noticeable decline in employment for early career workers in the most AI-exposed fields. While overall employment grows, the growth for young workers in roles like software development and customer service appears to have stalled or even declined since late 2022. The apprenticeship layer of our economy is being automated away. The routine tasks that once served as the training ground for future leaders, simple coding, basic legal research, initial data analysis, are now the first things handed over to an AI. This creates a huge risk. If AI erases the foundation, where will the next generation of managers and project leaders come from? So, what does all this mean on a global scale? A widely cited report from Goldman Sachs estimated that generative AI could expose the equivalent of 300 million full-time jobs to automation. Now, it's really important to understand this correctly. Exposed to automation does not mean all 300 million of those jobs are going to disappear. It means a significant chunk of the tasks within those jobs can be automated. This leads to the great debate of our time: augmentation versus replacement. In some fields, AI will act as a powerful assistant, augmenting human skills. Think of a doctor using AI to help diagnose a rare disease or an engineer using it to simulate thousands of designs. This is augmentation and it leads to massive productivity gains, but in other areas, especially at the entry level, AI can be a direct substitute. A company that once needed 10 people to handle customer support might now only need 3 to supervise an AI chatbot system. That's not augmentation, that's replacement. Various analyses from major institutions project that tens of millions of workers globally may need to find new occupations over the next decade because of these shifts. This is happening because AI excels at automating codified knowledge, information and processes that can be written down and followed. For decades, entry-level jobs were where you went to learn these codified rules. Now the machine already knows them. The nature of work is fundamentally shifting. Success may no longer be about who can write the most code, but who can best direct an AI to build a complex application. This brings us back to the human element. If the AI isn't afraid, why are so many people? The answer lies in what you might call the mirror effect. AI acts as a giant mirror, reflecting our deepest anxieties about our own value and relevance. When a machine can write poetry, create art, or write code, it forces us to ask uncomfortable questions. If a machine can do what I do, what makes me special? What's my purpose? This isn't just a fear of technology, it's an existential anxiety about our place in a changing world. For most of human history, our intelligence was our defining unique advantage. Now, we've built a tool that can mimic that intelligence on a massive scale. We look at AI and see a reflection of our own cognitive abilities, just faster and cheaper. This triggers a deep sense of discomfort and a fear of being made obsolete. We project our own fear of irrelevance onto the machine, imagining it as a competitor that wants our job, when in reality, it's just a tool being used by powerful economic forces. It's just easier to be angry at a faceless algorithm than it is to grapple with the complex systems of corporate incentives, shareholder demands, and policy decisions that are actually driving this transition. We say AI is taking our jobs because it's a lot simpler than saying our economic system is structured to prioritize efficiency and AI is the most powerful tool ever invented to achieve that goal. This is a massive topic, and the changes are happening faster than anyone expected. If you want to stay ahead of these trends and figure out how to adapt your skills for this new reality, make sure you subscribe to the channel for more deep dives just like this one. And I want to hear from you. What changes are you seeing in your own industry? Let me know down in the comments. So where does this leave us? The headlines are partly right. AI is already reshaping jobs, particularly the entry-level roles that have been the first rung on the career ladder for generations. The data is clear. The economic disruption is real, and it's happening now. But the story doesn't end there. AI chatbots don't fear human jobs, but the economic system they operate in is creating a new and urgent demand for uniquely human skills. While AI is excellent at executing tasks based on past data, it is terrible at navigating ambiguity, thinking critically about the future, showing true empathy, and demonstrating strategic leadership. In fact, recent reports from firms like PwC highlight a fascinating paradox. As AI automates routine work, it's creating a surge in demand for senior level human intensive skills like leadership and creativity, even in entry level positions. The grunt work is being automated. So new hires are expected to bring strategy, judgment, and emotional intelligence from day one. As machines take over routine cognitive tasks, the skills that make us most human, our creativity, our critical thinking, and our ability to connect with others become more economically valuable than ever before. The challenge ahead isn't to compete with AI at the tasks it does best. That's a battle we will lose. The real challenge is to cultivate the skills that AI cannot replicate. It's about learning to be the person who directs the AI, who questions its outputs, and who uses it as a tool to solve problems that were once unsolvable. AI isn't the enemy, it's a tool. The fear you might be feeling isn't coming from the machine. It's a rational response to a period of profound economic change. The way forward is not to fear the tool, but to understand it, adapt to it, and double down on the one thing it will never have: your humanity.